Good day, Dr. Miller. This is Benjamin Kwon, and welcome to Pudd'nhead Wilson's investigation and tutorial thought piece. At first, I was quite startled at the broadness of the topic in question. How can I connect the topics of the novel Pudd'nhead Wilson by Mark Twain, written more than a century ago, and issues America face today? I began by connecting some of the major themes of the novel we discussed in class, few of which are slavery, evilness, human nature, and honor. These key words helped guide my research through a series of questions, the first of which being, what are slavery and its evils? When we think of racism in America today, we relate it directly back to the system of unique slavery that America came to adopt in large scales in the early 1800s, a social system that Mark Twain plays with within their novels. Harriet Jacobs wrote in the incidents in the life of a slave girl. These God-breathing machines are no more in the sight of their masters and the cotton they plant, or the horses they tend. She depicted slavery as a horrifying system that rips families apart and dehumanizes human beings. At page 122, Twain notes that if Tom were white and free, it would be unquestionably right to punish him. It would be no loss to anybody, but to shut up a valuable life of a slave, that was quite another matter. Slaves were indeed considered property. Bree Newsom from Twitter depicts the same slavery still very much alive and kicking. She writes of human trafficking in response to a BBC News article about slave under psychological control found in London. Slavery has continued to elude the grasp of emancipation around the shadowy parts of the world. Then I asked, how does racial stereotypes reveal itself in the novel? Stereotypes reveal themselves in the process of exploring causes of evil within the novel. The pro-slavery ideology in the 1850s, until the Civil War, prevailed in the southern United States in order to justify the slave labor system. The ideology engraved itself within some of the Southerners that until blacks are inherently inferior became prevalent. It's the nigger in you. That's what it is. 31 parts of you is white, and only one part's nigger, and that poor little part is your soul, says Roxy on page 75, who truly believes that racial trait and the black blood of Tom is what's affecting his rotten character and blames him for his genetic trait. This is where I encountered the theme of honor. This show of stereotypes came directly after Tom dishonored the judge by rejecting a duel. Connecting once again, how are these racial stereotypes similar to those of America today? Upon researching about racial stereotypes and incidents relating to them, I encountered numerous people such as Chris Jordan and Joseph Godfrey in Twitter retelling their accounts of growing up black. Hashtag growing up black. And incidents such as assaults on Michael Brown in Ferguson, Missouri, and the racial tensions in University of Missouri and University of Yale University. Bree Newsom once again condemns racism, saying, there's never a crime or act of terror committed by a white person that results in U.S. officials condemning all whites. It was interesting to find conflict still raging across the country in an effort to fight back racial stereotypes. What was even more interesting regarding these stereotypes was the fact that most of them were negative ones, of the black and minorities having tendency for violence, tendency for lower intellect, and tendency for crime. I pondered about how social visions of an honorable ideal man play roles in degrading equal human beings regarding race. In the novel, honor came from wealth, as the judge showed, outlook and styles as the twins from Europe demonstrated, and bravery to accept challenged duels. I questioned what is considered honorable today, and how it connects to racism. In truth, we still value the same traits as honor of honor. We seek formality, wealth, and heroic strength. I realized that it is the definition of honor that the community enforces upon its subjects that formulates the requirements for one to be accepted. Racism and stereotypes are the determining factors intertwined with these definitions that lower or increase one's social class with or without non-racial requirements. In other words, these are uh, these these factors that define honor are intertwined with racism. America will continue to grapple with not only racial class that people are constantly trying to tear down, but also the definition of honor itself. Thank you.